All right, Shalom. That's spiritual. That's spiritual. Started at 10:44.
That's spirit.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. All right, we the brothers here from Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. I got the elder brother Ratazar with me, Tazawam. Before we get started, of course, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash. Okay. Also, we want to say double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, salutations, and much love to the elect of Israel that's scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. All right. Tonight, it's the Shabbat, it's the Sabbath. Me and the brother, we are doing our live stream, weekly live stream that we try to keep up with. And basically, we're going to speak on what shall the elect do when they after the salvation. All right. Now, the scriptures, constantly repeats salvation, being allotted towards the children of Israel. And the salvation consists of the children of Israel being saved or redeemed from various parts of the world in the midst of World War III or fire, nuclear fire. All right, and that salvation is the actual extraterrestrial angels visiting the planet Earth and actually redeeming or beaming up the chosen elect of Israel into chariots, all right, to escape the nuclear fire, all right. But also the scriptures also speak about certain things that will transpire after the salvation, and that's what we want to focus on tonight, all right. The things that Yahweh Bashim Shai prophesied that the elect would do after salvation, when they, because you got to remember the scriptures, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on the planet Earth. Okay, it's going to be established on the planet Earth. So various parts of the world, including America, all of America, and certain parts of Russia, certain parts of the world are going to be cleansed by nuclear fire. Now, however that long that time period is of the elect being gathered, and when they return, that's up to Yahweh Bashim Shai. But the scriptures speak about the return of the elect to the planet Earth after the salvation, and we want to speak on the certain duties and the certain things that's going to transpire when the elect comes back to the planet Earth. Okay, so you can start at there, Revelation 21 out.
This is Revelations 21 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
It says Revelation 21 and 2. And I, John, saw
started with
1. Okay. It says Revelation 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Mm-hmm.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Right. Now that's speaking about the rulership. All right, this current rulership, this current structure, world structure, up under the rule of NATO and the elite international banking families, is going to be done away with. All right, and that's what it's going into when they say I saw a new heaven and a new earth, meaning a new rulership, a new or a refreshment of the planet Earth. All right, and that new heaven and that new earth consist of Yahweh Bashim Shai dominating the planet Earth with the elect. Okay,
right.
Go ahead.
It says for the start back a little bit. It says for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
There was no more sea. Okay, keep going.
Verse 2. It says, and I, John, saw the holy city,
mm-hmm.
New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
That's right. So this is John the Revelator speaking, showing that he had a vision of the elect actually coming back down to the planet Earth. This is after the salvation. Okay, he actually witnessed, or he had a vision of the elect of Israel coming down out of heaven, and it was a glorious vision that he had. That's why he described it as such. He saw it coming down out of the heavens. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, start back a little bit. Coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right. It says prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Okay. So like we said, John the Revelator actually witnessed the elect of Israel coming out of the sky back to the planet Earth. And when the elect comes back to the planet Earth is going to be filled with a lot of rebels. There's going to be a lot of heathens, all right, that's going to be out here scattered in, amongst these certain land masses. And there's going to be a lot of isolated areas as well. So the elect is going to that is going to be the start of the kingdom of heaven,
right?
When they actually come back. That's when the physical manifestation of the kingdom of heaven is going to come into play. Right now, this is spiritual. The kingdom of heaven is already here, but it's spiritual. A lot of people can't see it because it's within us. If we could get that in John, what's that, John 21? Say, lo, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You know where that's at?
John 2.
I'll get it real quick.
I know it's one of Matthew's.
Come on. Where you get? Let me see. Salaki, go to Luke 17 and 21. Salaki. 17. Luke 17, 21. All right. Because right now the kingdom of heaven is being spiritually manifest in the body of the elect within the brethren. Okay, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 21. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you.
Right. So the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shah is within the spirit of the elect. Okay. Now he was talking to the disciples there, but that's a representation of all of the members that make up the elect of Israel. All right. The kingdom of heaven is within us. It's in our spirit. How we carry what we stand for. What we're willing to die for. What we do on a consistent basis of going out to the highways and byways and establishing the statutes and the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Shah, bringing forth the prophecies, how we carry ourselves, the diet that we eat, all of these things encompass the kingdom of heaven, right? Or the love that we have for one another. All right. So the kingdom of heaven right now is being spiritually manifest within the members of the elect. But John was speaking on a vision that he had, well, the physical manifestation, right, of the kingdom of heaven after the salvation. That's right. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Keep going in Luke.
Yeah, in Luke you can read the next verse, and then we're gonna jump. We're gonna jump from there. We're gonna go to Ezekiel 20.
Okay,
go ahead.
This is Luke 17 and verse 22. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it.
That's right. That's right. Because a lot of people are going to perish. A lot of people are going to drink of that cup of death, prior to the Heavenly Father making his return. Okay, so let's go to Ezekiel 20. And I'm going to get the verse real quick. Where it says he's going to plead. Yeah, let me see. Ezekiel 20, and we can start at 30. Let's start at 33.
Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33. It says, as I live, saith the Lord power, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
That's right. All right. So this is talking about post-destruction, right? Post-salvation. So the Lord is going to rule over us with strength. All right. He's going to show his fury, when he pours out that wrath of fire. Okay. And the Lord is going to rule over us. He's going to dominate over the planet Earth. All right. And only the 144,000 is going to come up under that dominion directly. That's right. And everyone else is going to have to submit to that dominion. All right, they're going to have to submit to that power structure. Right. All right, majority of the people on the planet of the Earth right now is going to have to serve slavery. Okay, meaning the heathens. All right, from Ammon to Japhet. Ammon, which are the Japanese. Japhet, which are the Hawaiians and Samoans. Ham, which are the different tribes of Africa. You Ethiopians. You Sudanese. You South Africans. What else? You Libyans.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of you Africans are going to serve slavery. Moab, which are you Chinese, Mongoloids. All right, all all up and down throughout China and Laos. You know, the what's the other thing? M's on the tip of my tongue, man. You know, but all throughout that whole area of Asia, man.
That whole region, yeah.
You know, if you're a heathen that's in that area, the elect is going to come and round you up, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead, bro. In verse 34.
It says, Ezekiel 20:34, it says, and I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered.
That's right. So this is speaking about the salvation. The Lord, when the Lord is actually going to gather the scattered. Okay, he's going to gather all of the remnant of Israel that's predestined for salvation. He's going to gather them from amongst the rest of the wicked, the heathens and the 2/3. He's going to bring them up into a heavenly realm for new bodies, you know, and other purposes according to his will. And then after that's accomplished, he's going to actually bring the elect back to the planet Earth.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
If I can add as well, and that's how you know that the Israelites are the Gentiles, man. You know, the Gentiles you read about in the New Testament, where they spoken of receiving salvation, receiving the blessings. Those are the scattered Israelites, all right, that was living amongst the actual Gentiles, man. That's what it's talking about. All right, why? Because through the process of slavery, through the curses, you know, the Lord cast us out the land. Our people were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So that's why he's going to gather us from that. You know, that's right. But I'm gonna read on. It says, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. Verse 35. And it says, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face.
That's right. So after the elect returns to the planet Earth, the Lord is going to actually put the elect in a particular area that's considered the wilderness.
Right.
As you know, it's very similar to when we were delivered out of Egypt. All right, the Lord placed us into a area that was the wilderness. You know, and whatever that wilderness is, that's left up to the Spirit. But a video Apostle Gabar did many years ago. He spoke about that wilderness could very well be South America. Right, because it's a lot of parts of South America that hasn't been inhabited yet. All right, explorers haven't even touched certain areas of South America until this day. You know, because the Lord put a barrier up. You know, and He forbade certain areas to be established on this side. So it's a large amount of South America. Majority of the Amazon desert is not even inhabited. Right. All right, unto this day. So, but the Lord is going to bring us to a wilderness, and that wilderness could be anywhere. Right. And it says to plead, and when you look up that word plead, it means to judge. All right. Now the elect is going to be judged according to their righteousness. All right. And I got a quick precept, real quick to throw in there, Roger. You can break it down. Okay. Just to show that the Lord is going to actually plead and judge the elect. Afterwards, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42. It says, and I saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, right, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right. Yeah, this is a vision. Was that Ezra's? He's seen it of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, after the elect was delivered, what he said they placed. I think it's going to say they placed crowns on their head. You know, a man of a tall stature. It's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. You know, go ahead.
All right. It says, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
That's right.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High.
That's right.
Now are they crowned and receive palms.
That's right. And that's what Scripture say in Revelations, he that endured to the end, the same, what it say, basically Yahweh shall come, he going to deliver them crowns, man.
Yeah.
You know, it say, basically endure and let no man take that crown.
Yeah.
Because really, we have a crown. It's a matter of are we gonna keep it? Or are we gonna lose it, man?
Yeah.
You know, through through bad deeds or going
Carnality.
off, being carnal. That's why it says these are they that put off the mortal clothing, man.
Yep.
You know, and put on the what? The immortal. You
And
know,
it says, and have confessed the name.
and have confessed the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, showing you that name is important.
That's right, bro.
You know, and with that name comes because Yahushua said too, those that say Lord, Lord should not enter into the kingdom, because with confessing that name, it certain things follow with that, man. It ain't just about knowing it. You got off camps that know the name Yahweh, Yahushua. You know, so it's a certain standards that you gotta live by. All right, when you come in that name, man. You know, so that's talking about the elect. All right, those ones that were crowned by the one that was of a tall stature. It says he was more exalted. You know, because it's all about who? It's all about Yahushua, man. You know, it's really what we're going into. This is really his kingdom being established, but the elect is just going to be joint heirs with him, man. That's right. So it all boils down to our Lord Yahushua.
That's right, bro. Verse 46, it says, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?
Mm-hmm.
So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High,
right,
whom they have confessed in the world.
That's
then
right.
began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Those that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, man. You know, and it's only a few select men that's going to do that. You know, and it said matter of fact, you read back just a little bit more on that verse, that last part.
Yep, it says, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world.
It's the Son of the Most High. So you got people that say, the Yahushua didn't exist,
right?
Or so-called Jesus Christ. Well, it's in the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even in the so-called New Testament. Man. So who is that talking about? You know, is that talking about King David? It's talking about it's talking about Yahushua, man. All right, this is a vision that Ezra had of the Lord crowning the elect with those crowns, man.
That's right.
All right, and these are the ones that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why we push that name so boldly, man. That's right, and we try to follow what he told us to do to the best of our ability. That's right. You know,
yeah, because we read in the prophecy,
right,
that entails receiving crowns. So if you in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and you in your right mind, you're going to want to receive that crown.
That's right.
All right, and you're going to do whatever it takes for you to receive that crown, you know, in that time. And that's what the book of Ezekiel is talking about, where he said the Lord's going to plead. Meaning he's going to judge people.
That's right.
All right, and does not the scripture say every idle word that man shall speak, it shall come into judgment, whether good or bad? All right, so the Lord is going to actually reward brothers according to righteousness too. Right. And that righteous reward is going to consist of a crown amongst many other things. Okay, so these are all of the things that's going to transpire post salvation, you know, post redemption. All right, that's right. And the scriptures speak a lot about it. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this last verse and I'm gonna toss it back to the elder. It says, verse 48. It says, Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Mm-hmm. That was pretty much it. You know, so that was a vision. All right, and you got to remember the scriptures say what? The spirit of the prophets are what? Subject to the prophets. So a lot of the prophets had a lot of the same similar visions. Right. Ezra's, you know, when you read Ezra up on Ezra, you will see Ezra had a lot of vision that Daniel had.
Yeah.
You know, Ezra, you know, speaking about the end times and how this is the time that the first time that the earth has ever seen, and you know, and then pursuing to John. John had a lot of similar revelations of Ezra. Okay, so the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Timothy, you know, in the book of 2 Timothy, which Paul wrote that to Timothy. All right, Paul spoke about, you know, henceforth there's a crown stored up for you. Well, that coincides with what Ezra was saying about that crown.
Right.
You know?
Right. So
we can go back to that Ezekiel 20.
It's Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 36. This is like, as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord power.
See? So did this happen again? Okay.
That's right.
No. The Lord didn't plead with us in the wilderness since Egypt.
Right.
Okay. So this is talking about in the future. It's talking about post-salvation. All right, the Lord is going to actually be in the midst of Israel, judging the elect. Okay,
Right.
now you're going to have rebel Israelites out here throughout various parts of the world, because everybody's not going to be saved.
Right.
All right. Now if you were 2/3 in America, now 2/3 is just all I'm talking about America. Okay, when you read Zechariah the 13th chapter, in the 8th verse, that 1/3 and that 2/3 is strictly talking about America. So 2/3 is only dealing with America, but you're still going to have rebellious Israelites that scattered throughout various areas of the world as well. That the Lord is going to have to do what? He's going to have to purge them out. He's going to have to get rid of them as well. Okay, when He comes back to establish the order, the Lord is going to get rid of all of these scattered Israelites throughout various parts of the world that's rebellious. So this thing is interesting.
That's right.
This thing is very interesting that we're a part of, and it's going to be very action packed post salvation.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 37. It says, "And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant."
That's right. Meaning that go back to what? Get that in Jeremiah 31:31. All right, because He say, I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. So what does that mean? The Lord is going to bring us into the bond of the covenant. All right. When you look up that word bond, in that verse, I'm gonna get the quick definition real quick. It's macharaf, and the definition for that word is bond of the covenant. All right. So let's see what the bond of the covenant is. Let's get that in Jeremiah 31:30.
Yep. It's Jeremiah 31:31. "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt."
That's right. So remember, the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes that what? There's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
So when we went into the wilderness the first time, the Lord put us up under what? The bond of the covenant. But it was the physical covenant,
right,
of the promise.
Mm-hmm.
Like we agree on our terms, and the Lord agreed on the terms that we would obey the covenant, and by us obeying the covenant, the Lord's terms was that He would establish us to dominate the planet Earth, and we kept the covenant. So that was the physical aspect of the bond. All right. So we would do what? We would make sacrifices, to make sure that the covenant that our forefathers promised Yahweh Bashim Shai in the wilderness was upheld.
That's right.
All right. But that was back in Egypt. But now the Lord said in this wilderness, He's going to do the same thing, but that bond, excuse me, the new bond is what? Does it say it in there?
Yep. It says, verse 32, it says, "Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord."
Yeah, so this same covenant that we had swore an oath, our forefathers had sworn an oath that we would keep this covenant, we broke. All right. Hence, leading forth to us being in Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Suffering under the curses. All of this is going back to the bond of the covenant. And we broke that bond. And because we broke that bond, we suffered the backlash behind breaking that bond. So this is the whole story behind us being redeemed and being cleansed, brought back to the planet Earth to get a redo. But the redo is going to be, fashioned according, to perfection.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 33. It says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts."
That's right. And that's where it goes into Ezekiel 20:37, where it says, "I will bring you into the bond of the covenant." Because the Lord is going to actually put the law and the covenant within our spirit.
That's right.
He's going to hardwire us. He's going to program us spiritually to operate according to the law, to where we won't even know evil.
That's right.
We won't even know how to perform evil. on the earth, because he's going to hotwire us to, according to the law. Okay, go ahead.
That's right. It says, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
And that's going to be the matrimony of Yahweh Shai and the elect.
That's right.
When the Lord actually, we're going to be joined to the Lord according to what? To the law, to the covenant.
That's right.
All right. The promises. That's how we're going to come back to Yahweh Shai, and in the full totality of the spectrum. All right, is what? The law. Because the Lord is going to write the law within our inward parts to where we were going to operate and function according to that law. All right. To where it's going to be his first nature. Like everything we're going to do is going to be conducive to life, conducive to to progression and fruit. Nothing is going to be counterproductive. Everything that we're going to do is going to produce life and productivity, and that's the law.
That's right.
Because Scripture say, "Here's the law, which is life, but such as leave it shall find death."
That's right. That's right.
You had a precept you want me to get?
I just want to make a point on that, just to build up what you was going into. That's how you know too. Well, how we going to know we're going to get those new bodies, man? Because through these fleshly bodies, like the scripture say, with the what it say, the creature is subject to vanity.
Yep.
We in these chains of darkness. This is what basically we bound to go off, man. So the Lord God is going to do away with that and give us these new bodies. Where we're basically going to be perfect, man. We're going to be upright. We're never going to go off. And that's how when we go into the chariots, Lord willing, we part of that number. We can't take these fleshly bodies in there, man.
Yep.
We're going to have to be changed, like the Apostle Paul said, man. And through that change, that's how the law is going to be imputed in us. We're going to be 100% perfect.
That's right. That's right. Let's go back to that Ezekiel 20. Then I got a quick precept for you.
Okay. This is Ezekiel 20,
through that 38.
Verse 38. It says, "And I will purge you out from among the rebels, and them that transgress against me."
See, so remember, this is talking about after the salvation.
Yeah.
Because remember, the Lord said He's going to put us back up under the bond of the covenant. Meaning He's going to put the law within our spirit. So after this, He's saying, "Well, I'm gonna purge you from among the rebels," meaning that it's going to be certain areas throughout the world that's still going to be where it's still going to be rebellious Israelites.
That's right.
Just like the time of what? Of Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
In the wilderness, you're still gonna have rebels.
Yes, murmuring, what they murmuring against Moses. Lord ain't dealing with you, which is so crazy, because like, bro, I got a new body. I'm tall as hell. I got spiritual power, and you still want to. That's how you know them in the Lord, man.
Man, Israel
is
simple, man.
Simple and hard-headed as hell, man.
Yep. Keep going, bro.
It says, verse 38, it says, "And I will purge you out from among the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel."
Meaning a lot of these rebels going to get put to death.
That's right.
All right. Whatever, indigenous areas, whether, a lot of these cannibal tribe, these cannibalistic tribes down in South America, dwelling all throughout the Amazon, is away from general population, that's just all in the wilderness. And the Lord gonna put them to death, man. Eating abominable foods and cannibalism and all kind of unforeseen things that's going on in these various areas, and they Israelites, man. Hey, what did the Lord say? They're not gonna see the land of Israel. So the Lord is, and when you read Revelation the 21st chapter, the scriptures say, "No abomination shall enter into the gates."
That's right. That's right.
So the Lord ain't having that shit, man. The Lord ain't having it with these rebels. The Lord gonna put the spirit on the elect to go around casting out and purging out all of the rebels, man. Putting them down. Because see, back in the time in Egypt, what would Moses do? Moses would speak up for him. He would, he would tell them, y'all need to chill, man. Till eventually, the Lord just had it set up to where they just dwelt in the wilderness for 40 years, man.
That's right.
Till they died off. Lord brought a new wave into the kingdom, but the Lord is going to purge their asses out, man.
That's right.
Keep going up.
Last part of that verse, it says, "And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Verse 39, as for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, go ye, serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts and with your idols.
Now, another thing that's going to happen is, as we're casting and purging out the rebels, we're going to be destroying their idols. All right, you got this big statue in Brazil. All right, of Jesus Cristo.
Jesus Cristo.
You know, this big statue of Caesar Borgia, just hovering over the fucking mountains of Brazil, man. Well, guess what, man? We're gonna destroy that shit, man.
That's right.
All these little monuments and these little, relics, the Virgin Mary, all these paintings that all this stuff that's against the scriptures, all this idol worship, these Buddhist statues in Thailand, man, the elect is gonna go all throughout the earth, destroying all of the idols of the other nations and the rebels of Israel, man. You have some, bro?
Yeah. If you want to get it, or I can read it. It don't matter.
I get it.
Okay. This you can get Micah 5:11.
Yes, sir.
Because this applies spiritually, right? This is back into what Taiwan going into about us going around destroying idols, which right now we're doing that through the spirit. By bringing out the word, exposing different things, pushing that right-handed energy going against the left. But it's gonna actually be physical, man. The elect gonna get the spiritual power, and they're gonna be going around bringing down these idols, man. You did.
Con, this is Micah chapter 5 verse 11, and I will cut off of this Salaki, and I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds.
Yeah, strongholds, man. Strongholds going into these different these idols, man. These idols, they harbor spirits, man. Especially you mentioned Brazil, man. And that whole continent, that whole region, South America, with the a lot of the basically the northern tribes down there, they going slap off, man.
God.
It's filled with idols, man. So those are strongholds on the minds of our people. They gotta be brought down. Go ahead.
It says, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt have no more worship of the work of thine hands.
That's right. Yeah, so that goes right with that. Now, of course, we apply this spiritually, because right now, like I mentioned, right now we're doing that, man. We're bringing out this word, tearing down these strongholds and tearing down these idols, these spirits, man. All right, but after the elect come off the chariots and the Lord establishes the order, man, the elect gonna be going around physically doing that, man.
Yeah,
using the spiritual power to burn down that big ass. You said goddamn Jesus Christos statue. Yeah, all the different idols and statues around the world, they all gonna be destroyed, man. That's biblical prophecy.
Yep.
Yep.
I keep going. Verse 14, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities.
Yep. Yeah, the groves going into those churches. I think the groves go back to how you had people going into the woods and had the grove trees covering and worship idols. Like if you go into your typical church, they'll have, look at the structure of it. It looks like it has that grove structure.
Yep.
Even things going like that. Yep.
Yeah. Even if you look at certain marriages, like if you see, up on the pew, you will see the priest, and you will see a grove hovering over the priest while he, putting together the holy matrimony.
That's right. Yeah. It should go back to damn Satan, man. Yeah. These damn churches, they're all gonna be destroyed, man. These big mega churches, big damn cathedrals and all that.
Yep.
That's gonna be destroyed.
So like that whole Notre Dame situation was spiritual.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. That's a sign of things to come, man. The Lord bringing down these groves. Go ahead.
Verse 15, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
Man. So the amount of vengeance and destruction that's coming to the earth, it's never been heard before ever, man. That's why it's heavy time. That go with Daniel's the 12th chapter, the 2nd verse.
Yep.
A time that's never been seen on earth ever.
Yep. I got something real quick dealing with the heathen too. Yep. Dealing with how You know, one of the charges that we're gonna have from Yahweh Shai is to go throughout the planet Earth and put all the heathens into subjection, the elect, should I say?
That's right.
This is Psalms 149:5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Yeah, some brothers call it the Nat Turner description.
Yeah.
We brought that out in the movie, man.
Yep.
You know, that's what gave him the inspiration to basically come against Esau. You know, that prophecy's gonna come to pass, man. Go ahead.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
That's right.
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
That's right. Who's the kings and the nobles? Talking about the elites of Esau, you know, Rothschilds. You know, we can go down the list of names, but the higher ups, man, because the peons, that's what y'all are, just peons, man. We ain't really worried about y'all. We worry about the higher up elites, man. You know, and like the apostles always bring out, those are gonna be the first crop of slaves, man. You know, goddamn, you know, the top Rockefellers, the Rothschilds.
Yes.
You know, and I always make mention of these elites are not gonna get new bodies, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to work in them fields with them 7 damn heart transplants.
Oh yeah, with the crustified bodies,
the crustified vessels, man.
Yeah, backs hurt.
Yeah,
you know, they're gonna have
right.
to get out there and get it too.
That's right. That's
you
right.
Know, this is
That's right. Yep.
This is verse 7 says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
That's right.
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
That's right.
So this is all, you know, this is post salvation. You know, this is what's going to transpire when the elect get them crowns and they get that spiritual bodies and they get the law written within their inward part, and the Lord gives them the authority to go throughout the planet Earth and put in subjection the heathen. The only thing the elect is going to be doing is like binding people up.
Yeah. Like
gathering all of the nations, man. Putting them into hardcore bondage, finding a field or a mountainous region for them to work. You know? Nothing more, nothing less, man.
That's right.
Okay? That's what's going to transpire when the elect comes out of heaven. We're not going to be going around the earth shooting music videos with the heathens, man. You know, talking about, you know, acting like we finally free. You know, everybody parlaying, drinking Cristal on fucking on the Red Sea.
Right.
You know, that's not going down, man. It's going to be straight up and down, serious business, man. Straight tactical, you know, flow. You know,
that's right.
Straight tactical, you know, coming at you from different angles. You know, the Lord going to be setting up, because remember the scripture say the Lord is what? He's the man of war.
That's right.
So the Lord going to be setting up, you know, certain brigades of brothers to come down on certain cities from a particular angle and everything, man. You know,
that's right. To
bring that wrath of Yahweh Bashim Shai upon the heathen and upon the rebels, man. All right, put them into subjection, going head first into slavery, and putting some of them down, you know, up under the sleeper, man.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
And that's just the nitty gritty of the whole situation, man. You know,
that's right.
You know, you had something, bro?
Yep. I want to bring this out real quick because remember we always say that what the house of David. Right, it's being reestablished, it's being rebuilt. So what's that? Amos the 9th chapter. I will basically his ruins. I will basically bring back, so to speak. Yep. The house of David is being reconstructed, man. Now, what happened in the history during the time of David? You know, he put them heathens in slavery, man.
Hell yeah.
You know, I got the account right here.
Yep.
This is Second Samuel, chapter 8. And I'm gonna get right to the point because you can start up further, but I'm gonna get right to the point. Verse.
You want me to get it for you?
Yeah, if you want to grab it.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 Samuel 8.
8. You can start at you start at 14. Get to the point. This was going into, man. All right, and the house of David being reestablished, and during that time frame, what David he put them heathens in subjection, man. That's what happened all over again.
That's right. It's 2 Samuel chapter. It's like that was the 1 Samuel.
No, you good.
2 Samuel 8 and 14. All right, and it reads, it says, so he departed from Elisha and came to his master, who said to him, what said Elisha to thee?
That's 8.
Yeah, second Kings.
Samuel.
Samuel. Oh, I'm tripping. Salaki.
Yeah, you good.
2 Samuel 8 and 14. Salaki. It's
yeah.
It says And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all of Edom, he put garrisons.
Yeah, and who's Edom? All right. If you don't know, if you start having to tune into this live stream, Edom is the so-called white man. Right? Edom from the Hebrew, meaning what? Red man. Right? These are the red nation of people. The Lord stripped them of their pigmentation, so their blood shows forth through their skin. All right? They're the Edomites, man. All right, and I believe the word garrison goes to like posts, like barriers. You know, he put them. He had them under rule, man.
Yeah, and the certain garrisons will also like pretty much where you hang people too. You know, you would hang people. You know, for a public display.
That's right. That's right. You know, yeah, it's bad, man. That's right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'll keep going, because does not the scripture say, "Curses he that hangeth from a tree"? Woo. You know, it says, and all they of Edom became David's servants.
See that? All they of Edom became David's servants, man. The so-called white man was in subjection under King David.
Man, you devils are in trouble, man.
So hey, we did the stream about a month ago on King David returned.
Ooh, yeah.
Which the answer is yes.
Yep.
So if King David is coming back, what does that mean for you Edomites, man?
Yeah,
and you other nations.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what, man.
That's right.
King David don't like Edomites.
Oh man,
he don't like Edomites, man. Those are some of his biggest enemies, man.
He was cursing out loud in the book of Psalms.
Yeah, it's a scripture in the book of Psalms where King David and Joab and the armies, they said they went up into Edom and they slew every male of Edom. And they camped out for over 6 months to make sure there was not any stragglers amongst the males of Edom. That's how much David and Israelites hated you Edomites back during that time. Well, they went through your land and they slaughtered all the males, and they still camped out to make sure it wasn't no remnants all up into the woods and various parts.
That's right.
So imagine if the Lord raised up King David in these times, man. He's gonna do the same thing that he did in the book of 2 Samuel.
That's right.
All right. I'm gonna keep reading for you, bro. It says, and the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people.
Right. And David now, hey, like I said, the house of David, man. Right. Amos the 9th chapter, I believe the 11th verse on down. The house of David is being reestablished, man. That same format of things is going to occur again. The elect, all right, which consists of the house of David, is going to what? They're going to reign over the people. You know, they're going to set order. They're going to give judgment. You know, and that's going to be the governing body of the kingdom. You know, and with that comes what? Putting the heathens in subjection and making them my servants, man. You know, you notice it mentioned Edom, all right, so-called white man, right? The Edomites, sons and daughters of Esau, man. You know, they're going to be in subjection, all right.
That's right.
And then when you read up in this chapter, it pretty much goes to all the nations. I mean, all the nations was in subjection under King David.
Yeah,
you know, he had the whole known world at that time under his rule. It's going to happen again in the kingdom. Man.
Yeah, I got something for you real quick. It's 1 Kings 11 and 14. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab the captain of hosts was come up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom.
See that? Yeah. So hey, the house of David, we got a I say we because the Lord willing, we are the house of David. We got a personal beef with you damn devils, man.
Yep.
Even going back then, you know, it's always been it's always been friction, you know, between the house of David and Edom, man.
Yeah.
You know, you read the read the storyline. Esau's always going off, man. You know, and we always had we ain't never liked you, man. You know, the Lord always had that.
That's real.
That separation, man. You know, so how much more in these last days, man? You know, when Yahweh Shah return and bring the devils down, you know, the ones that guys left, man, you're gonna be having some heavy shackles on, man.
Yeah,
you know.
Yep, and you're gonna be terrified, man.
That's right.
You know, this you have something real quick, bro?
Yeah, I had that Jeremiah 30. Still want to get that.
Okay,
30 16. This is Jeremiah 30 in verse 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Yeah, meaning, all of the heathens. All right. Pursuing the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it goes down a list of heathens that devoured us.
That's right.
So everybody that's written in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter plus more, is going to be devoured.
That's right.
So that's the charge that's going to be given from Yahweh Bashim Shai. Now the strategy of it, and who he's going to appoint, over it, and how it's going to be done is that's left up to when the time comes. But we know in the spirit that the Lord is going to actually give a charge to the elect of Israel to go about the planet Earth, putting everybody into subjection, destroying idols and weapons.
That's right.
Period, point blank.
That's right.
All right, to establish his name and to establish his dominance and his power on the planet Earth, man.
That's right.
And these are the things that's going to transpire after the salvation, man. Everybody ain't going to be walking around with white robes on and golden shoes.
Yeah.
Just speaking in soft voices, bouncing off clouds, man. Playing a harp, bouncing off clouds. No, man, drinking water. We're gonna be drinking wine, man. We're gonna be drinking water too.
Right.
But you like to soften down the reality of the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. It's gonna be serious business that's gonna transpire, man. All right, it's gonna develop into the kingdom of heaven, man. The kingdom of heaven is not just gonna manifest, when the elect comes out back on the chariot.
Right.
All right, it's a process that's gonna have to happen. That's gonna have to happen, man. All right, we're gonna have to put people into subjection. We're gonna have to, appoint certain individual, nations and men, to build certain things, to establish, certain areas, man.
That's right.
Okay, so it's going to be a process that's going to lead up to global domination, and it's going to start with the salvation.
That's right.
It's really starting now.
That's right. Yep, starting right now. That's right.
You got it, my brother.
Yep. Verse start from 16 again. It says, "Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, go ahead, shall go into captivity."
That's right. Linking up with Psalms the 149th chapter. The king shall be bound, and we shall go about putting fetters and chains and irons upon their neck.
That's right. That's right.
All right. That's dealing with that, man. That's going into captivity, man. All right. So these are going to be some of the tasks and the responsibilities of the men that's coming out of the ship. So all of you PC Israelites that want to, indoctrinate heathens, and you want to be politically correct and come down to the doctrine, and you don't want to speak on talking about the so-called white man and Edomites, and you just you want to be all politically correct with this doctrine. You ain't ready to do this stuff.
Right. All
right,
that's right.
You don't have your mind is not fashioned to go around the planet Earth and put people into subjection, because you tiptoeing with this thing, man.
That's right.
All right, Lord looking for men that's going straight up and down do what He tell them to do.
That's right.
All right, they're gonna do according to His will. That's the motive, So if you ain't in the mindset of carrying out this responsibility, Lord, you're not worthy in the Lord's eyes.
That's right.
All right. Here it is. The Lord. Some of these guys, the Lord tell them to go around and put certain heathens into captivity. Man, them niggas are. They'll drop the truth at the drop of a dime, man.
That's right.
I don't know about all that, bro. I ain't signed up for that. Hey, but the elect was always on go.
That's right.
As soon as the Lord gave a charge, man, let's get it. What we got to do, because it was all about. It's always been, and it's always going to be about fulfilling the will of the Heavenly Father, and that's His will.
That's right.
So you got to be, you got to be spiritual. You can't be emotional. You can't be emotional when it comes down to this thing. You got to be spiritual. Whatever it takes to get the job done, you got to be willing to do it.
That's right.
And that's what's written, man. I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is Ezekiel 39:7. It says, "So will I make my holy mountain known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And all the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One in Israel. Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, and the bows and the arrows, and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. You know, so here's another thing that's going to happen. All of these military bases around the planet Earth, all of these these Humvees, these tanks, these MRAPs, these special tactic vehicles, gas masks, you know, forts, bases, you know, silos, you know, nuclear missiles. All of that is going to be destroyed by the hands of the elect.
Yeah.
There's not going to be no more weapons on the planet Earth.
That's right.
You know, and the Lord is going to give us the decree to go about the planet Earth, whether it's we go to Japan, whether it's the elect goes to China, certain parts of Russia, certain parts of Africa, certain parts of, you know, Canada, wherever. Wherever there's weapons and missiles and tanks and army men, all of that is going to be conquered.
That's right.
Each and every last one of us is going to be conquered and destroyed with fire. Okay?
And that goes right with the prophecy in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. We say the mountain of the Lord shall be established, and they shall not.
I get it for you.
Okay, yeah. Isaiah chapter 2. You know, and that's how we know that the so-called Jews in the land of Israel right now are not the real Jews, because they building more missiles, man. Ain't nobody trying to burn no nuclear weapons or let's stop the war, guys. They going harder, man.
Yeah.
You know, so what the hell is that about? But when the kingdom is established, that's how that prophecy will come to pass. Which brother gonna read, which is why we're gonna burn them weapons, because ain't gonna be no need for no goddamn Satan too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, fat boy,
little man, and damn space force and all that.
Poseidon.
Yeah, the Poseidon, goddamn submarine missile and all that. You don't need that no more, man. You go ahead.
This is Isaiah 2:2. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountains of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it."
But it's talking about the kingdom of heaven, govern under Yahweh Shai and the elect, man. Go ahead.
"And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
Right.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore."
So yeah, ain't gonna be no more war on the earth, man. You know, it's gonna be peace amongst the people, and they'll also too, there ain't gonna be no weapons to use, because they're gonna be burnt up. Pursuant to what the bishop is reading in Ezekiel, what's that, Ezekiel 39, 7 on down, you're gonna burn them weapons.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna burn it. We're gonna burn it by the way of that spiritual power as well.
He said they shall beat their swords into plowshares. That's symbolic of work.
I know. I was kind of thinking that. I know you about to say, yeah. See that? Yeah, you going instead of fighting and blowing every damn thing up, you're gonna put your ass to work, man. And plowing them fields.
Yep.
You know, you got the bury them dead bodies.
Yeah, go. You know, instead of
that's right.
You know, putting pressure on different nations, you better put pressure on that field.
That's right. That's right.
You know, instead of establishing alliances, you know, with other nations to destroy countries, you need to establish alliances with the people out in the field with you to pick them greens faster. Nigga.
That's right. That's right.
And that's just how we coming.
That's right, man.
All right. I'm gonna hit this last verse.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, and their spears into pruning hooks, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. All right, so that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna go back to this Ezekiel 39. It's Ezekiel 39:9. It says, "And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, and the bows and the arrows, and the hand staves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years." All right, and that's symbolic. The 7 years is symbolic of we're going to burn it to total completion. You know, everything is going to be totally eradicated, you know, that has anything to do with war.
Right.
Okay. We're not even going to have, you know, swords, and we're going to have spiritual power.
Right.
You know, we're not even going to have physical swords and things of that nature. So all of that stuff is going to be utterly eradicated. All right.
Yeah. And that, and you said too, that 7 years, you know, we always know 7 represents completion. So ain't no telling how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
It could take, it might be done in 10 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 years, 3. Hey, we don't know.
Maybe 10 years. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, that's right.
You never know.
That's right.
Yep. But it's going to be done.
It's going to be done. That's right.
You know, it says, so that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any of the forest, but they shall burn the weapons with fire. So meaning we're not going to have to kindle it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have to. All right, well, let's just let's kindle a big fire and just throw all the tanks. No, we just the Lord gonna go around just issue fire out wherever it needs, just burn it up, man, at the drop of a dime. All right, because by then the elect is gonna have what? They're gonna have new bodies.
Yep.
And they're gonna have access to spiritual power, so they're not gonna have to destroy the earth to burn down these weapons,
right?
Chopping down trees and things of that nature,
right?
All right, they're gonna put it down how the Lord charged it, man. It says, and they shall spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that robbed them, saith the Lord. So we can go around the world and put a lot of you kings and you other nations into captivity. We're gonna take all your resources.
That's right.
All right, all of your goods, all of your your gold, your treasures, your precious items. Okay, all of that is gonna be taken away by the hands of the elect, whomever the elect is. We pray and we hope that we of that number, man. Okay, but we don't know. All right,
right.
This thing bugging out, man.
Yeah,
Got demons and spirits on.
I had something real quick.
Come on, go ahead.
He spoke about how basically Esau, the nation, like to cough up the riches, man. They spoiled us, so we're gonna go back and spoil them. So Job 20:15. He have swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. That he's talking about Esau, Edom. All right, predominantly the elites, man. They swallowed down riches, meaning they spoiled the nations. All right, in particular, the nation of Israel. They came over here and stole this land from the so-called Native American Indians, Seminole Indians. The different northern tribes. Forced Jake to come over here and work for free. Free slave labor. They stole every damn thing, man. But now what? They're gonna have to cough it up. They're gonna have to vomit it up, man.
Oh yeah. I got something for you real quick. Isaiah 60:11.
Yeah.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
That's right.
And that word forces mean treasures. So the gate's going to be continually open to where, a lot of these heathens, majority of these heathens out here, going to be bringing us all of the riches of the other nations, man.
That's right.
So that's another task that's going to be handed out, man. People going to have to bring us certain rubies and emeralds and diamonds and sapphires, jaspers, various stones that probably haven't even been discovered. They're going to come all at the feet of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai and the elect. All right. So these are it's a lot of things that goes into, what's going to happen when the elect come out of the chariots. It's going to be straight. When the elect come out of these chariots, it's going to be straight up and down world domination.
Yeah, that's right.
Straight up and down, just looking to see what's supposed to be dominated. All right,
that's right.
And that's all the spirit. That's the spirit of the Lord. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of domination, man.
Yeah,
he all about ruling. He all about establishing his power and his authority, man. We're gonna come up under that same stead if we be worthy enough to be a part of that number, man. All right. And that's gonna come at the expense of the heathens and the other nations. They're gonna be on the receiving end of the stick, man.
That's right.
They're gonna feel the wrath of what Israelite domination is all about, man.
That's right.
You got something out?
Psalms chapter 2, in verse 8. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance."
Yep. Meaning the heathen is gonna even be a possession of the elect. All right. Brothers gonna be trading off heathens on the auction block like they did us.
Yep.
Having brothers all up on the auction block and trading them back and forth and putting the price tag on them.
That's right.
Separating, we're gonna separate you heathens from your children.
That's right.
We'll separate you from your women.
That's right.
We're gonna ship you off, man.
What the scriptures say, basically give unto her double according to her works. Edomites,
Revelation 18.
Revelation 18, man. So the same atrocities you committed against us, we're gonna do it to you double, man.
That's right.
Jacob, the family got demolished.
Yeah.
Separate the man from we're gonna do the same thing to you devils, man.
Up until this day, man,
That's
Jake
right.
is still separated from their family behind this shit.
That's right.
You took a man and you took his seed that he had and you shipped his seed all the way to Seattle. And you still got people out that live maybe in Seattle that got family all the way in fucking Mississippi and don't even know.
No, that's right.
Bullshit.
That's right. That's some bullshit, man.
But it's gonna come upon your own head, man.
That's right.
All right. I got you have more?
I finished. It's asking me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
The uttermost parts, man. So there's certain parts of the earth that ain't even inhabited.
That's right.
There's certain parts of the earth that's just waiting for the manifestation of the children of Israel, man, the elect.
That's right.
So this thing is very interesting.
That's right.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Ezekiel 39. I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea. And it shall stop the noses of the passengers. And there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude. And they shall call it the valley of Hamon-Gog. And 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying of them, that they may cleanse the land. Yea, all of the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Lord. They shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it." All right. So the children of Israel gonna be putting you heathens to work to go about the planet Earth, and there go that 7 again. Remember, you say we're gonna burn it for 7 years, and then say here, you say for 7 months. So that's completion, a complete amount of time. All right. Now the Lord is going to give certain, certain brothers the charge to, have these heathens to go around the earth burying these dead bodies,
right,
to clean the earth. All right, properly. All right, because it's gonna be mass death out here, and it's gonna have to be somebody to clean it up. And hey, guess what, man? The elect ain't gonna clean it up, man.
Right.
All right. You made the mess, you clean it up. All right. We cleaning up the wickedness, man.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So if you had your hand in wickedness, then you're responsible for cleaning up that wicked vessel, man.
That's right.
We're gonna put the charge out there to go should I say the elect is gonna put the charge out there for certain of you heathens to go bury dead bodies. And the Lord may have it where it's a long time when you're doing that, man.
That's right.
Just burying dead bodies, man. It says, and the passengers that pass through the land, when any man seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it to the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamon-Gog. So you're gonna have certain individuals that's gonna go and put a little sign or a post by a dead body. Then you gonna have certain people that's responsible of finding that post and taking that body and burying it, man. And the elect is gonna oversee all of that until the earth is clean. All right, it's trash in the ocean. They gotta be cleaned. And the elect ain't gonna clean it.
Right.
It's trash. We was an article out today. It says trash and dead bodies on top of Mount Everest. Man. You're going to clean that shit.
You got to climb, because you like climbing that mountain any damn way.
Right.
Go get your monkey ass up there and clean that shit, man. You gonna have to do that, man. I ain't gonna help you either. I'm gonna be spiritual body. Nah, man, get your ass up there. Yeah. Clean that shit.
You take your crunchy ass, your crusty ass up there. You climb Mount Everest since you get a thrill out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
You climb Mount Everest with some goddamn shorts on and a shirt and some shoes, and you bury anything that ain't supposed to be up there.
That's right.
Because you put it up there, you damn devils.
That's right. That's right.
That was all I had on that Ezekiel 39.
Okay.
You had anything?
Yeah. You have anything else?
No, that was it. That was all I had, bro.
All right. I guess we can close on this one if you had nothing else.
Yeah, I ain't had nothing else.
All right. This is First Corinthians 15, starting at verse 24, going into the end time. All right, which basically the elect gonna put the earth into subjection and all authority, but it's gonna be under our Lord Yahweh Shai. Right, we basically following his lead. All right, this is First Corinthians 15 and 24. Now if I start at 23, it says, "But every man in his own order, Yahweh Shai the first fruits. Afterward, they that are Yahweh Shai's at his coming." And the first fruits talking about who? The elect. The ones that was chosen before the the foundations of the earth was made. Verse 24, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom of the Most High, a kingdom to the Most High, excuse me, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Man, you know, yeah, actually, how was shot, man. He's gonna put down all rule, authority, and power when he return, man. You know, and after the elect is delivered, after that, it's gonna be like the point of the lesson. It's gonna be more work to be done, man. It ain't just gonna happen with a damn snap of a finger.
Yeah,
you're gonna go from being delivered to, doing the goddamn James Brown in the kingdom, popping women, drinking wine. That's going to come. All right, but hey, all authority got to be put down.
Yeah, it got to be established.
Then you look at all these other empires. You know, when Esau took over, he didn't just go right from that to just
from shit to sugar.
Yeah, he had to put the nations. He had to put them down. He had to burn down the cities.
He had to create. He had to create a bill of rights, and he had to create an infrastructure.
Yeah, that's right.
And he had to create a setup. And which we already got a setup, which is the scripture. So, it ain't gonna be, I perceive it not to be a super long time.
Right.
Hey, speed. Lord gonna get the ball rolling on him, man.
That's right.
That's right. But you got it, bro.
Yep. I'll read this last part again. It says, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Last verse 25. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. That's talking about Yahushua, man. All his enemies, starting with Esau, Edom, they're gonna be put under his feet, man. They're gonna be put in subjection. It starts with nations being put to work. You read Ezekiel 39, and you're gonna bury them dead bodies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be continual. You're gonna have plenty of work to do, man. And that's not even counting you building up the kingdom. You gotta build brothers palaces and castles, and man, it's gonna be plenty of work for you nations to do, man.
Oh man, hey, we gonna find stuff for these nations to do.
That's right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point.
Yeah, so hey, with that, Lord willing, that was edifying, and these are just some of the things amongst many that's going to transpire after the salvation. So it's going to be interesting, brothers.
That's right.
That's why they give diligence to make your call number election sure to be a part of the process, man. Pray to Yahweh Bashim Awashah that you be of that number, and that He gives you the spirit to do according to what the men of that number would do. Pray that His grace, falls upon you and your household, so that you can see the glory and that you can partake in the structure in the kingdom of heaven. That's a blessing.
That's right.
All right. So with that, we'll give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, and Kakadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.